what do we ask the peers that we're working alongside to make our calls even better?
That's right.
Okay, sweet. I will give you three, and then I'd love to open up to the floor if anybody wants to add into this. First and foremost, Carl, with your peers, I'd ask them who are the top customers that we service today. Get the logos, get the social proofs. Secondly, then ask them why do they typically buy from us or within our ecosystem? And that relates to the problems that these people are facing. And then the third question is, why do people renew with us? The reason for that is if you provide software on a subscription, there is a reason why people keep coming back. And that's the bit people only get once they've gone through a contract with yourselves. So, yeah, who are the top customers? Why do they buy? And why do they renew? Would be my top three questions to ask them. But, crew, has anybody got anything to add into that? Like questions you would ask your peer that's been in this industry a hell of a lot longer than you before you go into your cold calls? Anyone?
So, I mean, this is a question that I would ask the prospect, but I think it's still relevant. So it's a little bit the same as Neil's, but what are the main barriers to them achieving what they want to achieve? So in my industry, it's always the same. I don't even need to be in the room to have the conversation kind of thing because I know what they are. So they should be able to tell you, I don't know how many it would be, but I could tell you six in my industry off the top of my head.
Yeah. So the main barriers with their sort of current processes.
So what's the barriers to them achieve? So what do they want to achieve? So why are they giving you their time in the first place? What do they want to achieve? And what's their barrier to achieving that
Yeah. Sure.
currently?
Thank you.
Wait, thank you very much. Kiani, do we have a question or a comment?
I would ask mainly what makes us stand out from the competitor. Because obviously, normally they're always evaluating multiple providers or multiple solutions, and knowing already what makes you different from their current provider or from the other ones they're evaluating gives you a heads up.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So firstly, these are all great questions. Now to go sort of a step deeper, if we've got a little bit of extra time, now imagine that I've already been given documents that answer these questions. So these are the sort of, without these questions, you wouldn't even have a place to start, really. There's no point even getting on the phone without these answers to these questions. But what can I do to go even further so that I walk in with a great understanding of not just that sort of the key problems that we're trying to solve, but maybe a deeper understanding of the industry? This is, hopefully relatively generic questions, but that can get deeper into this. Is that clear, or am I sending you way off?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm sitting there. I'm like, I've got something for you, bro.
Oh, wicked, wicked.
But before I do, Mr. Mason may already have something which is even more awesome. John, do you have a question or comment to add on to this?
Comment? I wouldn't necessarily be more awesome. Equally awesome.
It might be. It might be.
Equally awesome.
Yes.
If you're new to a company or new to an industry, yes, you need to fill up that knowledge bank of your ICP, your product, your industry, the language they use, etc., etc. But at the same time, the sales skills around the best questions to ask to prospects and potential clients are transferable across industry. If you sell something which has no discernible IC USP, so if you sell insurance, life insurance, it doesn't matter. You're just shopping around for, does it cover me for the money I want? There's no sitting there and talking about USPs all day long. That's where your questioning about them becomes really key. And there's a snippet from a book that I listened to on Audible where some guy sells insurance and doesn't want to talk about the product. He talks about the guy, his life. Does he have a wife? Is she working? If she go back to work, could she earn as much as he did? Do they have a mortgage? Do they have kids? How old are the kids? Do you have family in the area? And basically what he boiled down to was, if you died tomorrow, your wife can't earn as much money as you to pay the mortgage. You have no family in the area. So who's taking your kids to school and picking them up when your wife goes to work? You probably have to sell the house. You won't be able to put your kids through college. And this guy was, but at no point in any of the questions this guy on the sales call gave was about life insurance. It was about, I guess, the problem and the pain points, but the feelings associated to those problems and pain points. So yes, top up that knowledge about your product, your services, your ICP and all that stuff, but do not mistake the two. Don't conflate them. Keep them separate. So they're two separate skills in my opinion.